decided not to cut rates. Yeah, that's right. The Fed decided not to cut rates. So that's what's going on right now. The Fed just made a decision not to cut rates. So what does that mean for you? What does that mean for your pockets? And what is going on as it relates to that? This is your learner Robert. I'm going to talk about why the Fed did not cut rates and what does that mean for your pocket. So, first of all, it's not financial investment advice. Secondly, the Fed cutting rates. I'm going to tell you some things that you should be concerned about. Number one, the Fed not cutting rates. It was 3.5 basis points the last time. They decided not to cut the rates this time because they believe that some things has happened as it relates to that. So Jerome Powell stated he will not cut interest rates. And what does that mean for your wallet? Now, first off, this is not financial investment advice. So if you're here, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and so you can be abreast of the situation. So it was no shock to me that the Fed did not cut interest rates. There was no shock to me that the Fed did not cut interest rates. Number one, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Number one, I understood the assignment as it relates to the Fed. I understood they weren't going to cut rates. You got to understand Jerome Powell could be in his last position as it relates to his stuff. So give me a moment. Give me one moment. Oh, sorry, y'all. Had to check something. Had to get this lighting right. So understand why the Fed does not cut rates. Because Jerome Powell is on his last term. 9 times out of 10, his term will not get renewed. I understood the assignment as to why he was not going to cut the rates. I understood he wasn't going to cut the rates because of the last time, he didn't cut the rates. So ask yourself this question: how does it benefit you? Number one, Fed not cutting the rates. How does that benefit you? Well, in a sense, it does not necessarily benefit you as a person. You're probably going to see a slip in the stock market as the stocks are going. Let's see. Let me pull up some things to see what the market is reacting to the Fed rate cut. Let's see. Hope all is well with you all on today. Thanks so much for hitting the like button. Let's see. Fed hold key interest rates slightly as economic view improves. I'm going to be very honest with you. They believe the economic view has improved. My personal opinion, long term, I think the country will be fine. However, you still have a lot of things going on as it relates to the BRICS nations. Unfortunately, you got beef between two places. My belief system is they just need to get it together. Everybody need to come to the table and get a deal together that can benefit, be mutually beneficial to all. What's up? Hey, Zachary. Deal that can be mutual beneficial to all. That's my opinion about that. I believe that there's a situation, a scenario in which we can do that as a country. The countries can come together, but unfortunately, my understanding to that is it's not going to happen. Let's see how gold has reacted to this non-rate cut. Welcome in, Cowboy. What's up, dude? So it looks like gold is up. Gold is up $5,323.20. So gold is reacting. What's up, Jack? Gold is reacting positive to this non-Fed rate cut. $5,323.20 up. It is up. It is up. What did your boy say? It's all the way up. What's up, Kip? Welcome in. First of all, this is You Learn with Robert. I talk about stocks and crypto and related news that can help you. This is not financial investment advice, but we're looking at a 2.4% increase in gold in the last 24 hours. Also, as relates to silver's up 1.52% to 114.56 US dollars, 114.56 as it relates to the silver spot price. So you're here to see if the Fed rate cut the rates. They did not cut the rates. The Fed did not cut the rates because they feel as though everything is fine and stable. My opinion, this is my opinion. This is not financial or investment advice. My opinion is there should be a situation as it relates to more economic decision. Because Jerome Powell is probably going to be his last term, he's not going to cut the rates. I'm just going to be honest with you. He's not going to cut the rates as it relates to that. He's not going to cut the rates because he believes, let's see what the stocks are Let's see. Pull it up. Let's see what stocks are going to do as it relates to this. Probably going to be a pullback. Probably going to be a pullback in the market. So that S&P 500 index looks like Nvidia is up 1.67%. Apple is down 1.17%. You got Google down a tenth of a percent. Microsoft 0.16%. You have, let's see, you have finance looking like it's down a little bit. Some are up, some is down. What's up, Matt? You have healthcare and technology. Healthcare looks like it's down. The only thing that's up is J&J and a couple others. Tesla looks like it's up on today. Procter and Gamble is down. Coca-Cola is down. All utilities obviously are up based upon this news. You have right now your health sector, your actual uh, energy minerals, they're up obviously. So looking at the S&P 500, looks like everything is pulling back. Let's see. So if you're looking now and you're coming in as you learn Robert to talk about stocks and crypto, I'll break everything down. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Appreciate you. Appreciate it, Jay Jordan. Hey, y'all. Jay Jordan's in the building. He's a member. I appreciate you, Jay Jordan. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you. I just got back on the trip, y'all. If y'all don't know the Jay Jordan, definitely look out for him. He just got back on the trip on a cruise and he got some stuff popping. Definitely had a good cruise. Definitely want to go check him out. He does fitness and things of that nature. So right now we got the S&P 500 down 0.13%, 0.15 now. Now that the market is getting news, we have Dow Jones Industrial Average down 0.12%. We have the Nasdaq up 0.11%. The 2K Rush 2K is down 0.23. The VIX is up 1.41. So as the market is getting the news, I anticipate on tomorrow, there will be a pullback in the market based upon this. You got to understand this, okay? You have to understand this. When the stock market reacts towards the market being up or down as it relates to them being news, you got to realize this is at 2:30, Eastern Standard Time when he did everything on the West Coast. What is it? 11. So a lot of people are still at work on that in that area. So before the market closes, that's when you'll probably see a tapering off of some of the things, because of what's going on. So what would you do? My opinion is this: not financial investment advice. I always teach people, especially my members, that we are metaphorical firefighters, not physical, metaphorical firefighters. When the market reacts negatively, we look at things that are positive. We buy things that are positive assets and we increase in number. So if there's something that you're looking at positive as it pulls back, long term, I'm a long term investor. This is not financial investment advice. But as it relates to long term, we look at long term values, not short term. We look at long term values, not short term. So I appreciate each and every one of you who are in the chat right now. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope all is well with your life and such. So as it relates to crypto, let's see what crypto is doing as it relates to this news. Let's see. It looks like, give me a moment, refreshing my screen. And while it's doing that, let's see. While it's doing that, my name is Learn Robert. I talk about stocks, crypto, and travel. I break down stocks and crypto in a language that you can understand. No, it's not financial investment advice, but I give you information, news that you can use. So we're looking at Bitcoin sitting at $89,233.56. Right now, Ethereum is sitting at $3,002.91. It looks like Ethereum is down on the 7-day period of 1.23%. It looks like on the 7-day period, Bitcoin is down. In the last hour, it's down 0.63 and 0.34. So that's not really anything significant. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you, Jay Jordan. Appreciate you. But as it relates to anything, it looks like the circulating supply of Bitcoin is still 1.98 billion. The market cap is over $1 trillion, 1.77 trillion, almost 2 trillion. They're sitting at 42 billion dollars in volume, 42,804,586,000 in volume. As it relates to Ethereum, they're sitting at 25 billion 441 million $700,000 in volume. So as it relates to anything, volume always precedes price. Understand that. So they're looking at the daily volume. The volume is showing elsewhere. The volume in XRP is sitting at $1.90. Is down 3.37% on the 7-day moving average. 0.28, nothing major as far as being down. They're looking at $2 billion, 2.395 million, and it keeps fluctuating obviously because it's crypto. So as it relates to Jerome Powell saying that there is a market move, we knew, I knew that there was going to be a shift as it relates to they weren't going to cut rates. If you look at before I went live, I already posted a video. It was a short that said they did not cut rates. I literally posted a short, and some of you actually are here because of that short. As it relates to that, some of you are here because of that short, because you saw I was going live. So if you're watching me live for the first time, appreciate each and every one of you. The people who are at work watching me, the bush people, the people in the bushes who can't talk right now, people are driving, please don't, if you're driving or doing something like that, please don't comment, because I don't want you to get in trouble. But I appreciate each and every one of you in the bushes. I appreciate each and every one of you who are coming in. So are the rate cuts, is this Jerome Powell rate cut something that we have significance in? Is it something that's going to benefit? So my opinion, not financial investment advice, the markets, once the markets get everything, what's up, Lisa? Once the markets get everything as it relates to everything, I believe there's going to be a pullback because the market wants a rate cut. The market always wants a rate cut. It's kind of like this. If you go to your favorite store and you're looking for like eggs or milk or cereal, I appreciate it. Keep it 100. Thank you for sending that gift. So you're looking for eggs, milk, or cereal. You're looking for a deal, right? So the market is looking for a deal. The market sees that there's no rate cuts. They want a deal. They're like, hey, what's going on? Appreciate you. Hold on. Appreciate the Jill Jordan. Go ahead and hit that like button. I'm wonderful. Hey, how you doing? When I had to pin your comment. That's funny. If you don't know, I'm a funny person, so ha ha ha. Real funny. Wow. So anyway, yeah, I appreciate you, Lisa. But as it relates to anything, you're going to, and I'm sorry, I was reading stuff, so that's why I paused. When you're going to the actual grocery store, right? You're looking at some things. Thanks so much, Lisa. I was gonna let them troll. I'm fine. It's all good. But as it relates to it, I was reading that comment, laughing like, really? That's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing now. But anyway, you're going to the grocery store, right? Anything that you're looking at, if your stuff is actually looking at a lower rate, right? If you're looking at cereal, like my dad loves Frosted Flakes. This is not advertisement for Frosted Flakes. My dad loves Frosted Flakes. But if you're actually there and Frosted Flakes is a cheaper rate, you're going to buy more Frosted Flakes. If you like the J, you like Fruit Loops or Captain Crunch or whatever it is, you're going to buy more if it's on sale, right? Golden Grams, whatever, Lucky Charms, whatever you like, you're going to buy more. If your favorite milk, your silk milk or your favorite cream is on sale, you're probably going to buy more because it's on sale. Cheese, eggs, dairy, dog food, whatever the case is, right? The J, I'm silly. So you're probably going to buy more because it's on sale. Same thing with the stock market, right? As it relates to the stock market, you got to understand a couple things. When the stock market sees things on sale, hey, there's a rate cut. That means, yeah, okay. Hey, Kendra, come on up. Cause I like to roast people too. So if you want to roast, let's roast. Let's go. Let's roast. I like to barbecue people too. Let's not click on your picture, Kendra. But anyway, as it relates to anything, uh, as it relates to anything, the market loves a sale, right? Oh, I love the trolls. I love the trolls. Hey, look, you're the grumpy old man from under the bridge. Kendra, if you're going to try to roast somebody, please do me a favor. Go ahead and change your profile picture. But anywho, y'all, I'm about that life this year, 2026. I'm about that life. It's all good. So as it relates to anything, y'all, I kind of like, I'm about that life. Hey, yeah, let us troll. Mods don't seem to understand this is a screw up on channel. It brings traffic and improves the algo. Oh no. Hey, I'm like this. All jokes aside, I like people talking junk because I promise you, Kendra, if you're still watching, God loves you and I love you, but change your profile picture before you try to roast, okay? So when it comes down to the market, understand they like a sale, okay? The market loves a sale. They like some things that happens, okay? They like a sale. So because the market is not seeing that there's going to be a rate cut, what does that mean? Okay, as far as your real estate, as far as your even debt is not cut. As far as anything like that, they're looking at, oh man. Now we already got this situation that happened in the World Economic Forum, and all these other countries are doing what they got to do like they do it for TV, and we're not cutting rates. So my prediction is Jerome Powell probably will not serve another term. That's my prediction. Everybody knows, before that, I already knew that he wasn't going to serve another term based upon, his philosophies and belief systems. Y'all, you can't get on Jerome Powell. He's doing what people who are over him tell him to do. So he's just a figure in position, but you got to understand they told him not to cut rates. So you can't get mad at him. So anybody mad at Jerome Powell, you cannot be mad at him. You have to understand there's a system behind the system, and the powers that be told him not to cut rates. So my predicament is they're going to push another person, right? They're going to push that other person in, and when the other person comes into power, they will try to cut rates, but you got to understand you have to go push everything to digital. In order to push everything to digital, in order to in order to push things in digital, you have to put a situation as it relates to pushing things digital. You have to create something, right? You have to create a calamity. Hey, do me a favor, Trade. Don't do no pounds or nothing like that. I don't care what you say, but come on now. Cursing and like you doing little quotes. Don't do that. You're good other than that. I don't really care. But as relates to anything, my mods know if I say cornfield, if I say you going on a vacation, you already know. You probably out like a light bulb. But I appreciate you, Lisa. I appreciate you, the J Jordan. I appreciate all y'all who's on point with it. You know what I'm saying? But understand the market wants to make sure, right? The market wants to make sure that appreciate you, Lisa. The market wants to make sure that things are y'all, I'm silly, y'all. Okay, I'll be serious now and let you finish. No, Trade, you're a trip. I appreciate it. Thank you for the laughs. You wow. But the market wants to make sure that there's a situation as it relates to the market. Okay, they want to make sure that the market is being pushed this way. So understand they're pushing everything to digital. If you looked at the World Economic Forum, if you look at the World Economic Forum, they talked about Larry Fink, the person over certain networks talked about they're going to push things towards digital. They talked about controlling assets, and as it relates to the Internet of Things, they also talked about Elon talked about Mars. Well, that's a whole nother subject for another time. Also, people talked about tokenization. You look at my channel, I did a short on tokenization of real world assets. So understand all this stuff is leading up to that. So this is not a surprise to me. Okay. It's not a surprise to me. It's not a surprise to me. Understand everything is going digital. I said that 12 months ago, a year ago, said that in my membership 2 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Everything's going digital. Keep telling you all that. Okay. Now, what does this have to do with you and your wallet? Like Capital One, what's in your wallet? Okay. What does it have to do with you? All this rate cut, break it down. You said that you break down things so we can understand. So what does it have to do with you? What does it have to do with me? Okay. Number one, most everyone is probably watching there have debt. Now, some people who are watching me don't have debt, and that's a great thing. Okay. It's a great thing if you don't have debt. My opinion is if you do have debt, push to get debt free. Okay. Now, Not financial investment advice, but what I'm saying to you is this: mostly people have debt. So let's just say if somebody's looking to buy a home, right? And they were looking to buy a home, and they're going to get a mortgage. If the rates were cut, that means they would qualify for more of a home because the rate was lower. Okay. Also, you got to understand people who have current interest if they want to refinance their home, if they have a higher debt, right? If they have a higher debt, then most people are put in a position, right, that they may want to refinance at this time. But because the rates are high, they decide not to refinance. Okay, another thing, some people may decide to get in another home. They may take their home and actually go to another situation, right? However, as it relates to anything, some people may decide not to do that, okay? Because of that, right? So when it comes down to it, this affects you that way. The rate cuts affect you because it means borrowing money costs more, right? If you decide to refinance, it costs more. If you decide to get a car mortgage, car loan, it costs more. So yes, sorry to interrupt. Do you day trade? I have the ability to day trade. I have day traded before. However, do I day trade currently? No. As it relates to anything, my personal opinion, I like options. I like long term. I like crypto, gold and silver, things like that. So great question. No. Is it easy if you know what you're doing? Like for instance, if I wanted to put a put option in, knowing that there was a Fed decision, already knowing that he was not going to cut the rates, I kind of understand where the market is going to go. So is that considered day trading, putting an option in? No. If I wanted to trade the market, I could have, but to me, I like long-term trades. That's just me. I like options, long-term, gold and silver, things like that. So great question, trade time. So as it relates to anything, I plan incorporating more leaps. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, still interested. I'm trying to break into day trading, but interested in options and LT. Okay, cool. But you got to ask yourself this question: are you willing to uh, create a plan? Create a plan. Now, let's face it. Jerome Powell is probably not going to serve another term. So we already know that. Trump already said that he was going to put somebody in place who does what he wants them to do. And let's be honest. Let's just say, okay, Lisa, let's say Jordan, okay, Jordan, the Jay Jordan has a fitness company, right? He's not going to have somebody in there who's talking about eating sticky buns all day. He's not going to have somebody in his company talking about, hey, it's okay to eat and go to sleep. No, the Jay Jordan walks at night. He walks. Drove home and still did a walk. He exercises. So understand, you are going to put yourself in a position to win. That's just crazy. As a basketball coach, as a coach, I'm Coach JV. Coach JV is not going to put players in who don't want to listen. He's going to put them on the bench, right? Lisa, she's not going to put people on her team that don't know how to trade, who doesn't have the same philosophy and or have not been proven. That's crazy. So we can't get upset with exactly, Jay, you did. You know, we can't get upset with someone who puts somebody in a position who's going to make sure that he wins. So understand, as a coach, okay, I ran track, right? I ran cross country. I played basketball, right? I played baseball, but I had to choose between baseball and track, cross country, basketball, because certain things, as it relates to certain things, it was actually, coinciding. So I had to choose, although baseball was my best sport, but I chose cross country, track, and basketball because I understood, okay, what's the probability of this, and this? So that's a whole nother subject. Understand the way the market goes, right? The market is going to a position. The market is going to a place where the market, right? We have to ask ourselves this question. Where am I going? Right? Great analogy, Chris. Where am I going? What am I doing? and why am I doing it? So if you continue to do the same thing, speaking of Einstein, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results, right? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? So ask yourself this question. If you continue to do the same thing over and over again and you expect different results, why? Oh, you're going to the movies, and you know this director has a bad position as it relates to this director actually utilizing different things. This director, man, all his movies suck. This director is have this all these things, and this director sucks, right? So you got to ask yourself this question: why are you still going to the same movie? Okay, you learn, make it make sense to me, right? Make it make sense to me. Okay. You complaining about your financial portfolio, right? You're complaining about your financial portfolio, but you're still doing the same thing. Why? Why? Case in point, put my money where my mouth is. I did a giveaway, right? The Jay Jordan's here. He won part of the giveaway, right? I sent him silver, right? I told him silver is going to go up. And I always say, not investment or not financial investment advice. Silver was only under what is about $35 an ounce when I sent him that silver. Now silver is over $111 an ounce, right? Right. So understand. You got to understand a couple of things, right? And I read your comment, Frisk. So you got to understand a couple of things. A lot of us here because we want to know what's going on. A lot of us are here, some people here to troll, and that's fine. I mean, hey, thank you. You keep pushing my algorithm up. You comment and you pushing my algorithm up. So come in and say a comment is just pushing my algorithm up. Especially people saying silly stuff. You're just pushing the algorithm up and you're looking crazy. You're creating new accounts to come to somebody's thing and troll. Most of those people are kids and nothing, something to do. Thank you for the 10 likes. Appreciate the 10 likes and appreciate everything. Hey, what's up, Life With? That's another member. Hey, yo, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. She's someone else who does fitness as well. I pinned her. She's a member. Hey, yo, member, check her out. Does fitness. So does the Jay Jordan, a member as well. Go ahead and check them both out. Great people. Great people. Okay. So understand as it relates to anything, we have to ask ourselves this question. Okay. It's people that like to be better and constantly. Exactly. Exactly. People that study other mindsets simply because. Okay. And once again, people who are new here, my name is Learn Robert. I talk about stocks and crypto, and I break things down at a level so other people can understand. Also, travel as well. So I'm breaking it down at a level that people can understand. I have videos about stocks and crypto. I have videos and things of that nature. That is something that is that. You know what I'm saying? So, as it relates to anything, we have to ask ourselves this question, right? Number one, where are we in this situation? Where are we in this situation? What do you mean you learn? Why am I online trying to talk to y'all about this whole situation as it relates to uh Jerome Powell and what he said? Why does he even matter? Hey Tony, this ain't a hookup channel, okay? Oh, fam. My channel is about stocks and crypto, also travel. I break down things so that you can understand, and it's not financial investment advice. Okay. Uh, and fresh money is only valuable when it's given away. You know what? There was a wise man who said, if your vision you can do it in your lifetime is not big enough. So what does that mean? If your vision, you can do it in your lifetime is not big enough, that means that your vision is not great, right? That means your vision is not great. So my belief is you should make sure that you are giving away resources. My opinion is you know I believe that you should give some of your wealth. I'm a believer. I believe you should give some of your wealth, to ministry, to a charity or organization. So I think that's a great. Okay, I think that's a great thing. But why am I here? The question: why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I talking about this? Why does this even matter? Why am I here? Why am I talking about this? Great question, fam. My opinion on gold and silver, not financial investment advice. I believe gold and silver is something that is valuable. Gold and silver is something that has been here before we've been here, right? Kings and queens had gold and silver. If you look in, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. So if you look in biblical times, they gave away gold, but they still had silver as well. Understand as it relates to silver, it's good in EVs, it's good in AI, it's good in a lot of things. It's conductive. It's actually the highest conductive material on earth. As it relates to bronze, bronze is used to things like that. Copper is used for conductivity and things like that, and in EV. As it relates to gold, it's something that you can say, oh, you can replicate and things like that. Hey, I appreciate you, appreciate you. I appreciate you, fam. But it's something that is highly conductive, right? Right. So my opinion is, man, I wish I had my wallet in. Oh, hold on. I'm about to, as my grandma say, see, you're a special person because I don't take this out for just nobody. I don't just take this out for nobody. Okay. Here's a dollar, right? It's a dollar. See it? It's a dollar. But the difference is, I'm going to cover these serial numbers up. But this dollar is, let me see. Yeah, there we go. Let me cover these serial numbers up. But this is an original. You see this? Silver certificate. You see that? Original silver certificate. You see that? I don't take this out the case for just anybody. So you ask the question. You got to understand we were on the gold standard at one point. You could take this, and I have it in a case, y'all. So that's why I said I don't just take it out for anyone. It's in a case. Let me put this back where it was. We were on a gold standard, right? And when we were on this gold standard, Nixon said, hey, I think we need to be off this standard. We need to print money. What is that? So what is the gold standard? And you asked, so fam, I'm going to break it down, to you, so you can understand, right? And anybody else is here. So here it is. We were put on this standard called the gold standard. That money, it says silver certificate. You can actually redeem it in value for its value of silver. Back in the days, they took us off that time. So now the dollar is worth what you say it is worth. The J is Tarshiri, the Frisk. The value is worth what Lisa J says. Lisa J Stock says about it. The value is only worth what you believe it's worth. Before it was backed by gold and silver. Now it's backed by faith in the word, right? So we used to be able to say, hey, for every dollar, we have to have silver or gold, right? And thanks so much for subscribing. I appreciate each and every one of you. We have to have a dollar, right? For every dollar we print, we got to have the gold or silver equivalent to that dollar, right? Based upon that aspect, right? We're in a situation where it's not like that anymore. Now it's just based on the word and trust. That's why when we talked about this whole Jerome Powell and the Fed decision, not to cut interest rates. Why it's so important? Because understand, when this country is in so much debt, the money they take in can't pay the interest. So you have to do something. There has to be something done. When the interest rate pulls back, that means you can borrow money and it gets cheaper. That's, in my opinion, good for the country, because that means we can pay our debt interest. So why is that bad to you? It's not bad. If America can pay its interest rates, that's a good thing. If we can loan out money to people who want to buy a house, first time buyers, and people who want to exchange that house for a different value, that's a good thing. People want to buy cars to make sure they can get to, their doctor's appointments and or work and things like that. That's a good thing. So my opinion about gold and silver is we should have never came off the gold standard. That's just my opinion, not financial investment advice. My opinion is we're going to continue to print money, and the value of what's in your pocket. Think about it. You got a $100 bill in your pocket. Does that $100 bill pay for the same things it did back in the days? Ask yourself that question. Does that $100 bill, does it still have the same value of what it did back in the days? Ask yourself that question. Does it? Anybody? So does it? So you have to ask yourself this question. Are you in a position of power? Are you in a position where you are put in a position to win? Are you putting yourself in a position of power? Are you putting yourself in a position that you're not going to win? Because here's the bottom line. AI is going to continue to take jobs. I hate to say it, but it's true. Okay? Here's the bottom line. Gold and silver is going to continue to rise because people don't have confidence. Because some of the wealthy don't have confidence. Because other countries are still buying gold and silver. It's going to continue to rise. $100 is nothing. When y'all see 300 an ounce of silver, y'all gonna be looking like, dang. When y'all see digital as a way of a currency, y'all gonna be like, dang, right? When y'all see things like that, y'all gonna be like, man, I can't believe this happened. Man, I remember some dude named You Learn with Robert was talking about gold and silver, and I just thought he was just talking. I thought he was just talking. I thought he was just saying something. I didn't think he knew what he was talking about. He talking about crypto, and I didn't think he knew what he was talking about. He talked about stocks, and I didn't think he knew what the heck he was talking about. So ask yourself this question. What are you going to do to change your position of where you are right now? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to change the trajectory of where you are now? That's the real question. That's the real question. What are you going to do to change your trajectory of where you are now? That's the question. Because the bottom line is we can continue to talk about everything else. Jerome Powell. It's Jerome Powell's fault. It's his fault that the race ain't cut. We can continue to talk about all this. But the real question is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Great, fam. What are you going to do? Now, I believe in a balanced portfolio. Silver is considered, in my opinion, as a hedge against inflation, right? Silver is a hedge against inflation. That's just my opinion. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Silver is a hedge against inflation. That's just my opinion. So you have to ask yourself this question. What are you willing to do? Are you going to put yourself in a position to win? Or are you going to put yourself in a position to lose? That's the real question. Like, I can talk about all this stuff, and all this stuff sounds well, fine, and good. But what are you going to do? Hey, what up? Guess what? Donnie says, Well, I ain't gonna say that. Guess what, y'all? I'm up. What your boy say? I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I don't have to lay down. I'm up. I've always been the head and not the tail. Above and not beneath. Always. Ever since I've been young. You better ask somebody. Would. Ask somebody would. So, what are you going to do? See, and I'm going to be honest with y'all. People who troll, thank you so much for coming in here, believing in me so much to create a silly comment because you want attention. So since you want attention, let's give Haywood some attention. Since Haywood wants some attention, I'm gonna help you out, okay? Haywood, since you want to be the class clown, Haywood, are you invested in anything other than running your mouth? This 2026, y'all. I ain't playing with y'all no more. Are you? See, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm calm and I'm collective, and I'm here to help people. See, a lot of people who coming in to create distractions are people who don't have anything to do. People who are not trying to increase their wealth. People who are sitting in position to fail. There's a lot of people who come in to troll, but their life is a troll because they're not trying to win. Y'all, I'm here to help everybody win. I love everybody. Because my word says love everybody and pray for those who spitefully use you. Exactly. 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 So there's a lot of people who want to come in and troll, but guess what? The troll is your life. Get your life together. That's why I'm here. Y'all, I could be doing anything else right now, enjoying my time. But you know what? Why did this term you learned with Robert get coined? What's the reason? I would always talk to my grandmother, and people know the story, but people who don't, I'll talk to my grandmother, and she would ask me a question, and if I couldn't tell her something new I learned, she would be like, "Call me back when you learn something." So I would learn something, and she, "Oh, you already told me that yesterday. Just call me tomorrow." So she would know what I've talked to her about. I'll call her back, and she'd be like, "Okay," and she'd be like, "I didn't know that." Great information. So what about this? And she would make sure I understood what it was. And she would ask questions. And then after, I could give it to her verbatim as it relates to what it was. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Happy Wednesday. If I when I could give it to her, how it was. If I can break it down to her, to so in detail, break it down to her in a term she can understand. Then she would say, "Okay, Robert, this is what I learned." And she would give me new information. My grandma was very smart, very intelligent woman, very intelligent woman. She, was the only African American female to have a district of stores. It used to be called Little General. Now it's Dollar General. She was the first black female in that region to have multiple stores, company car, and things like that. My grandmother, had a lot of stuff going on for her. Okay, so when it came down to it, right? When it came down to it, right? When it came down to it, my grandmother would say those type of things, right? And she would always ask me, what do I know? And it was her country slang to say it, but it was, what do I know? Well, unfortunately, my grandmother's not here. you know she would always push for me to learn new information and give people value. So once my grandmother knew information, she would tell that new information to somebody else. Yeah, I'm talking to my grandson. He said this and this, did you know this? So that's why the term you learn with Robert came. Y'all, I'm not here for me, y'all. I'm here for legacy. Like, and people can come in and troll and all this stuff, but it breaks down to the point where, are you here? Because here's the sad reality. You can go in someone's live, not just my live, and make a silly comment, but did that change your legacy? Did it change your bloodline? Did it change your trajectory? You know, and I'm gonna say this because it's true. When my grandmother was in the hospital, there was a hospital named after this particular person. And the family knew my grandmother. And they were at the hospital, and people were, oh my gosh, oh, so and so's here. The people who had the name on the hospital, their bloodline, their legacy was on the hospital name. I'm not gonna say the name, but they were there, and people were, oh my God, they were scared because, oh my God, why are they here? And they were treating my grandma kind of weird. She made a call, they came. And guess what happened? Oh, they was fluffing her pillows. They were doing all this nice stuff. Now they was like, oh, so and so and so and so. Oh, this is her. Oh, she knows these. They changed the trajectory of how they treated her. But my grandmother didn't care about name dropping and all that other stuff. She didn't care about that. She just cared about helping people. I'm here to help people, y'all. So for the trolls, are you here to help people or are you here to hurt people? In 5 years, is that going to change something? Are they going to know you for, he's the greatest troll on earth? She was the greatest troll on earth? I'm asking. I'm asking because I want to know. Is that going to be something that changed? And I hope that you come in as a troll, but leave as a champion. Because if you got on my channel, God sent you here for a reason. Because you are a champion. You're not a troll. You're a champion. You're not under everything. You're ahead. So let's change the trajectory of what you're doing and change it to a position of power. You're here to win. That's why you're here. I didn't ask God to send me people who weren't trying to win. So you're trying to win in the wrong things. Let's change the way you're trying to win. That's why I'm here. So you came in looking for one thing, but I hope you go out looking for something else. That's just my opinion. But back to the regularly scheduled program that we were talking about, Jerome Powell. So Jerome Powell is unfortunately not lowering the rates. That's what everybody's here for. Why is he not lowering the rates? That's messed up. He's not lowering the rates, and he should be lowering the rates. Well, you learn. You don't understand. You learn. Some people watching me just lost their jobs. Some people got laid off. Some people got pushed in the Walmart situation or the Amazon situation and lost their jobs. What can I do now? How's this going to benefit me? That's why I'm here, y'all. I'm here to help everybody win. Guess what? If I told you, if you go down the street and I gave you a geotag of where some gold was, and it was confirmed that gold was there. It didn't matter how you got there. 95% of people would probably try to go. Now, the other 5 would talk themselves out. I would say 80%. 80%. 5% would be like, you don't know what you're talking about. 10% would just forget about it. But 80% would try to go. What I'm simply telling y'all is the way we do business as a country has changed. Other countries are saying, hey, man, we don't like what you've been doing. Y'all been doing XYZ for years. We can't rock with it no more. So we going to roll up over here. It's kind of like when you were hanging with your cousins and family members. If somebody random came up to y'all trying to check your family member, you're going to roll with your family member and make sure that person stays out of pocket, right? You're going to make sure. You're going to make sure, right? You're going to make sure that person is out the way, right? So what I'm telling y'all, because if you hear, I look like Olive Garden, you hear your family, you know what I'm saying? If you hear, I'm telling y'all, pray about it, read about it. If you're not a believer, it is what it is. But what I'm telling y'all is the way we do business as a country has changed. I want to ask you a simple question. What are you going to do when, not if, because you can go back on all my lives and look it up. What are you going to do when AI takes over? What are you going to do? When I went to a pizza shop 2022 roughly, and they had a robot bringing my pizza to a table. When I went to, an auto place and they had self-checkout, a Dollar Tree by the lake. Y'all, it's by a nice lake. I was like, why is my Dollar Tree got self-checkout? Why is my, I'm used to customer service, y'all. I'm just being real. But if these places in these areas are using robots and technology, what's happening in other areas? It's got to be. If they're putting this in wealthy areas, sorry, y'all. Somebody went past my door. Probably my Amazon package. But if they're doing that, right, in key areas, then you got to ask yourself this question. What are they doing in other areas? If I go to a restaurant and they got a robot taking my order, if Elon is creating Optimus and he has, if you have a Tesla, you can go to this exclusive restaurant and order some food from this exclusive place, and robots will bring your food. Y'all don't seem to think that's strange in a little bit? All they're doing is showing use case. Oh, T, you do exercise and fitness. I want you to go to this restaurant. Give me your opinion. Lisa, you do stocks and things like that as well. Give me your opinion when you go to this restaurant with your Tesla. Fam, give me your opinion. Jess, give me your opinion. Haywood, give me your opinion. Trade, give me your opinion. Jay Jordan, give me your opinion when you go to this restaurant. Oh, well, I don't like the fact that this robot didn't cook my food. I wanted my food like this. Oh, I don't like when this happened. I don't like, well, it took forever for my food to get here. Oh, I don't like because the tables weren't washed. I don't like this. They're taking all this data points and information and using that information to say, hey, you're having these problems as a restaurant owner. You're having employees not showing up. You're having employees trying to take from you. You're having employees, not cooking the food correctly. You're having employees, messing up the money count. You're having employees, leaving early. You have employees, not bringing out the customers their food on time, not getting the drive-through, quick enough so that people are leaving, not cleaning up the tables and taking out trash. These are the issues that you have. So these are the issues you have, right? Here are the results that we have based upon these issues. We have X amount of hours and data points that's going to change this. So what does this have to do with Jerome Powell and the rate cut? I'm getting somewhere because somebody's probably saying that. We have these trajectories that's going to change this. This model is going to change this. Now, after they do that, watch. Elon will probably go to, the trash company. Or, they already got driving down. They already got trucks, self-driving trucks. And that's, the cab, they got all this technology. Okay, now let's go to the school system. Okay, let's go to the police force. Okay, let's go to your nanny, to your grandma, elder care. Let's go here. Y'all have to understand this stuff is going to happen so fast. That's why I'm so serious about this. That's why I'm so serious about what's going on. Because I want y'all to win. I'm not here just to be here just so y'all can see that you learn Robert Gere and oh, he got screens all around. All that stuff is wonderful. I did this because this is what I wanted here. Okay? I'm not here just to be seen. I'm here so that you can get everything God has assigned for you. That's why I'm here. I'm here so that you can win. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm showing up. I'm here so that you can change your family bloodline. That's why I'm showing up. That's why I'm here. If my members know, you go back in the membership, you'll see me talk about stuff, and you'll see stuff has happened. Y'all, this live, you're going to be able to look at this live in the next 5 to 6 years, maybe 7 years max. And then you're going to say, dang, he did say this, this, and this. And it is here. There's no way this will take my job. I do this. It's a way. So my thing is you have to change your portfolio so that you can be ahead, right? You have to change your portfolio. You have to put yourself in a position to win. You have to set yourself up to win. See, a lot of people still saying silly stuff, but you don't know who I am. I don't try to flex. That's not my thing. That's never been my thing. My thing has always been to help people. That's me. I want you to win. That's why I'm here. So if you're watching me if you're watching me on the replay, and if you're just coming in right now. Hey, how you doing? My name is Ulearn Robert. I talk about stocks and crypto, gold and silver, and I break down things so that you can understand it. No, it's not financial investment advice. You also see travel related videos and things like that on my channel, but I'm here so that you can win. So if I'm someone that can help you, or someone that you feel as though you can rock with, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. Go ahead and click up there, and well, it depends on what you screen, and go ahead and hit the like button, share it out to a family member or a friend that it can help. That's why I'm here. I'm not here just to talk, just to see my voice, just so people can hear me. I'm here to help you win. So my opinion is, before the market closes, you'll start to see a move on the negative. We got Google up 0.61, Nvidia up 1.86. We got healthcare is down. Eli Lilly is down 1.87%. We got ABBV down 2.87%. We got PFE down 2.58%. Coca-Cola, KO, is down 0.98% right now. Amazon, we talked about Amazon. Amazon is down 0.69%. Walmart is down 0.54%. Costco is down 1.23%. In transportation, we got Uber down 1.32%. UNP down 1.56%. NSC down 1.84%. In commerce, let's see what we got. MCO down 0.62%. PayPal down 2.44%. So what else we got? Tesla, talked about Tesla, down it's actually up 0.79%. And EV, electronic technology, let's see what we got. Intel is up 11.47%. That's good. We got Meta in technology. Meta's down 0.23%. Palantir down 0.402%. So my opinion is, based on the S&P, I don't think that's going to come out well. Let's look at the Russell 300 index. The Russell 3000 index. The Russell 3000 index, we have Amazon down 0.67%. They have, okay, that's a overlap. Most of the same things. Let's see what we got. Consumer services. What we got in consumer services? Royal Caribbean Cruise Line is up 2.76%. McDonald's is down 0.48%. And speaking of McDonald's, I talked about Walmart. I'm going to break this down real quick. Now, I personally don't eat McDonald's. I don't like it. Don't come from me, Golden Arches, because I don't believe your food is, back in the days when I was young, not a kid anymore. That's just my opinion. But hey, to each his own. McDonald's, Wendy's, Walmart, they're going to a system where some people have noticed this, where if you go into a Walmart, they have a tag. It's a digital tag. And that digital tag may change based upon T, Lisa, the J, myself. It may change differently based upon when you're there. So if you have the Walmart app, you go into Walmart, it may change also based on the time and the date that you go. So everyone's prices may be different. Same thing with Wendy's, and McDonald's is going to this as well. So if you go to the drive-through, things are going to change as it relates to you're at the drive-through, and or when you're there, there's a situation, a scenario in which your prices may change based on the day. So what does Jerome Powell have to do with that? You got to understand, when you pay people more, prices are going to increase. You got to understand as well, when people are paid less, they're going to probably do less work. Now, people can get paid more and do more work, but that's not necessarily true. The people who get paid more, they're going to expect, jobs are going to continue to expect people to do more work because they're paying you more. But understand, let's say if you're getting paid the same and you're going to a restaurant on your lunch break, but the prices are higher based upon the volume. Is that conducive to your economic struggle? Probably not. So how does Jerome Powell and the rate cut have anything to do with McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King? It has a lot to do with it, because if your company can't borrow cheaper money, then that means they got to start to cut, right? That means they have to start to cut. If your company can't borrow cheaper money, that means they may cut hours and overtime. That means they may shift economic platforms and things like that. So ask yourself that question. Once again, this is You Learn Robert. I talked about stocks, crypto, and investing. This is not financial investment advice. And I'll break it down in a level that you can understand. But I've been here for over an hour. I hope all is well with you all. And yes, unfortunately, Jerome Powell did not cut rates on today. But you can look some videos that I have and some shorts that I have in my arsenal of videos. I hope everybody's doing well. I appreciate each and every one of you coming in. I love you all. See you next level of greatness. Bye-bye now.